Well, I was 18 years old, and my friends and we went out to a club, which will remain nameless. But I wasn't quite 21 yet, but I looked the part, so I got kind of drunk. There was this guy, this long hair European guy, came up to me. He told me his name was Francisco, and he bought me a drink. And one thing led to another, and we ended up back at his apartment. You can pretty much guess what went on there. It was a very memorable night. But it wasn't until I first started getting sunburn on my walks to the car that I realized Francisco was the real deal. And I guess it was kind of scary and exciting at the same time. I really couldn't get used to the feasting on blood, because I am a vegan, but what was I supposed to do? It's not the worst thing that could happen. There are alternatives. You see, my family's Southern Baptist, but I still had to tell them that I was, a vampire. I wouldn't say being a vampire completely ruins my family life, but it was still pretty messed up. I think they were actually more surprised to hear I was gay. My mom, she still sends me vegan cookies for Christmas, so it's not like they totally hate me. Managing my life really isn't that difficult. I just need to avoid Italian food and sunlight. I've been given a lot of support from my friends and Francisco. I'd like to start a company that sells and manufactures all vegan products and vampire-friendly products. I've never enjoyed preying on anyone. I was feeling pretty pessimistic at first about being viewed as a normal member of the community, but now I'm feeling pretty hopeful that one day my way of life will be viewed as totally acceptable. Believe it or not, my life is pretty good.
You'll have to excuse me for a second. It's just for effect, really. I guess nobody takes me seriously anymore. I'm just not frightening to today's crowd. That's what's so hard about continuing to do what I do. How the bloody hell am I supposed to scare an Escalade going 80 miles an hour, 200 feet above my head? I remember the days when that bridge used to be a footbridge. Jolly good old days there, where I used to scare everyone senseless. I gave people a sheer respect for that bridge. Nowadays, I'm just not really sure what I'm supposed to do. I guess I could move to another bridge, but most bridges just have drunks and stoned college kids, so I'm lucky if they even notice me at all. I originally came to America in the 1700s on my sabbatical. I just couldn't leave. I love the place. It's changed though now. It's really not the same. I couldn't really tell you why. I guess people have changed. I feel obligated to do what I do because I really am one of the last of my kind. There really aren't many trolls left. Most of us just got assimilated into Western culture, and most of the rest of us just moved to things like the internet. Like I've said, I'm just not scary to people anymore.
I don't have any change, man.
The worst part about it is that people are more frightened now than I've ever seen them. If I wanted to scare people these days, I'd wear a blue bandana and no belt so my trousers fell down, or I'd wear a turban on an airplane. Bloody revolting, it is. I remember the good old days when blokes like me were what kept people indoors.
You mind?
Just do what you gotta do.
All right. Yeah, I've fallen on hard times. People want too much these days. I'm tired of the shit. They always come at me. You're not a leprechaun. Where's your Irish accent? I just don't have one. My parents moved here when I was little. but I'm 100% Irish. Used to be that people would come from far and wide to find me and me pot of gold. But now, it's just a joke. Damn cereal man. Heart, stars, and horseshoes. Can't even do it. People don't want gold anymore. Once I had some kids come to me, thought I was a drug dealer, wanted some golden pot. It's a pot of gold. You're wrong. Nobody gets it. I may have strayed from my roots, but I'm still a leprechaun. You gotta come find me at the end of a rainbow. When was the last time you saw a rainbow and thought, oh, there's a pot of gold and a leprechaun there? No, that. When was the last time you saw a rainbow? Pollution. Sure, some may say the world's left my kind behind, but I'm just happy doing my... I live in a box.